A Deputy Minister of Water Affairs and Sanitation, Sello, Seitlholo, says government will need around R2 billion to address water problems in the Umsaka-Gilwa and Lekwa municipalities in Mpumalanga. They're both grappling with a shortage of clean drinking water and the spillage of sewage that have led to the pollution of water sources such as the Vaal River. The Deputy Minister is currently conducting inspections in Ermelo and Standerton aimed at assessing the impact of pollution on water sources. Mweli Masilela is following that story for us. Mweli, good afternoon to you. What's the Deputy Minister found so far?
Stephen, I can tell you that it's really a grim picture on the ground when you look at the current situation. And what is very disappointing from the side of those officials from national government is that as much as they've tried to intervene several times, you find that some of the municipalities are not actually complying after those recommendations are made. That is why then the Deputy Minister says more needs to be done. And when you look into Mpumalanga, Stephen, more than 7 municipalities already have been found to be on the wrong side of the law, violating environmental laws. We are talking about the Governor Mbeki local municipality, for example, which was actually fined 200 million rand by the court after being found to have not complied in as far as the environmental laws are concerned. But the question is, after those fines, what happens? You find that indeed some of those municipalities do try to follow those guidelines, but most of those municipalities don't and at all. So the Deputy Minister visited 2 municipalities today, starting at the Msuga-Lekwa municipality in Ermelo and then coming here to the Lekwa municipality in Standerton. And when you listen to the Deputy Minister, as much as the briefing that he got, he's saying that he's happy there is some progress, but when you talk to the people residing in these communities, they still tell you that there is a huge problem of water pollution. But beyond the issue of water pollution, Stephen, there is a lot of areas that still don't have clean drinking water. But we know, of course, that the issue of lack of rains has been a huge problem in these communities. We've seen most of the dams here in Mpumalanga that mainly supply different municipalities with clean drinking water. They are drying up. You can talk about Carolina, for example, under the Chief Albert Lutuli municipality. What we've seen there is that the municipality is now resorting to using underground water, getting some boreholes installed to compensate so that there is at least some water coming out of the taps there. And of course, implementing those restrictions to say that certain parts of that community will get water at this particular time. But let's take a listen to the mayor of Msuga-Lekwa municipality, who actually explained as to what are some of the contributory factors in as far as the issue of water and sanitation is concerned in that municipality.
In terms of the population, as this plant, the population of Ermelo has grown. And also this plant was accommodating, it was 9 megaliters, but now we need 30.
So, Stephen, that's the mayor of the Msuga-Lekwa municipality, Precious Nkosi, trying to actually give some light in terms of some of the challenges that they are faced with. But besides the issue of population growth, what she mentioned is the issue of vandalism to infrastructure, and also the fact that this infrastructure on its own is now very old, so it needs maintenance every now and then. But when you spoke to the Deputy Minister about what is government at national level doing about some of these challenges, what he said is that they are very much willing to intervene, but these are actually programs that will need a lot of money. Talking specifically about Msuga-Lekwa, he said that they'll need about 700 million rand to fix the water problems there. And about this municipality, Lekwa, here in Standerton, he's saying that the government needs about 1 billion rand. And this is not money that is readily available. He says they'll actually consult with Treasury as to how best can they have that money available so that these problems are mitigated, because we are talking about businesses being affected. We are talking about the agricultural sector being affected. Stephen, let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I wish I could say that the issue will be fixed very soon, but it will take us more than 500 million for us to fix it very soon. which is money that obviously a conversation must be had with the Minister as well as National Treasury on whether we can be able to repurpose such an amount to come and actually address this issue.
So, Stephen, that's the Deputy Minister. Of course, he came here with other officials from the provincial government as well as those representing the different local municipalities as well as the R2bn district municipality represented by Watam Gomezulu. So what they've said is that they are constantly having meetings on a weekly basis to update each other about what is happening in as far as the water situation is concerned, but also encouraging engagement with community members to be updated about what is happening. And he's saying that at least from the side of those mayors that he had an engagement with today, they've made a commitment to ensure that some of those areas that are affected in terms of the lack of clean drinking water, there are those boreholes, as I mentioned earlier, that are now being used to provide water, and there are also tankers coming from the municipality, as well as some other businesses, private sector, coming in to assist those affected communities, Stephen.
And Mweli, I mean, this has been such a big problem for people there. And it seems, if you look at what, say, for example, the Lekwa municipality has been doing, they seem to just not take any action. They continue, from what I understand, to just be pumping more untreated sewage into the Vaal River.
Another big problem, Stephen, here at the Lekwa municipality is that we've seen that there's been a lack of political stability. We know that this is a municipality that is currently being run by the Lekwa Community Forum. And the mayor was actually speaking here, standing next to the Deputy Minister, saying that some of these challenges are actually, they can't be attributed to his leadership because it's problems that have been there for more than 15 years when his party wasn't even in power at this municipality. And you are right, Stephen. We've seen a lot of people, senior government officials, coming here, even Senzo Mkhunu, who was still the Minister for Water and Sanitation. He visited this area quite a number of times. But when you look at the infrastructure, Stephen, nothing much has changed. And the question is, who should actually take responsibility? But of course, the issue of funding also, as indicated and reflected by the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, it seems like it's also one of those stumbling blocks. So we will wait and see, because according to the Deputy Minister, they will come back and see if there are changes as per the commitments that were made by the mayors of those affected municipalities, Stephen.